Not live, not live. We are live.
We're
Welcome,
live.
everybody. Saturday morning. We thought it'd be different. Yeah, me too. We thought it would be different. Go live with our top 5 world whiskeys of the year.
That's right. Never gone live with them. Those are always pre-recorded, baby. Pre-recorded.
I just reminded Bart. I said this is going to be we need to keep this. We want to keep this one short. We're going to go through our whiskeys. We're going to knock them out, starting at number 5.
Knock them out.
Then we'll kill this feed. We want to try to keep it under 30 minutes just so people come in at a later time and watch. I don't know how much attention I'll be paying to the chat. Once we get the whiskey reveals going, maybe a little bit. But we'll move through this. We'll get it done. Then we'll come back with a second live. Go through, set it up. Give me a few minutes. When this one ends, we'll go live and come back and we'll talk about our picks. We'll talk about 2018 overall.
Yeah, Scott was like, hey, you can't talk too much during this one. I'm like, why would you feel the need to even give me that warning?
Why would I have to remind Bart?
Unnecessary.
Right. Who wants to go? You want me to go first? Or are you going to go first with your number 5?
You knock it out.
Number 5.
Bring it up. What is it? Ooh, I like the way you talk.
Port Charlotte, 10-year Isla single malt, heavily peated.
Wow, I need to siphon some off of that bottle you got there.
Bruichladdich, bottled at 50% ABV. Now, this one we had a sample of during our 5-year anniversary.
Ding, 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 ding.
Sandeep gave us a bottle. Locale bell.
Andrew Dinger.
Keep up the great work, guys.
Thanks, Andrew. Guys.
So we had this at the 5th anniversary. Sandeep gifted us a bottle.
Right.
We also had Erica Westland and Bruichladdich ambassador on. Took a look at this and talked about it. I really enjoyed this, and I'm not the peat head, but the peat and the nice vanillas, the sweetness, everything that came out with this one.
Yep, a little bit of antiseptic. Nice.
It had to be in my top 5. So it's number 5.
That is good. Now, I will give you a note on that one. Everybody's been saying they're finding it for like $57. It's $79 here. We just started seeing it. As people were saying, why is it cheaper than their regular, NAS Scottish barley version in the charcoal can? And I'm like, I haven't seen it. Now we've seen it. That's
I don't know
not
if they're talking about the PC10 though, because even when we shot the review, I was watching our review and we looked online and it was $70 to $80 online. So I don't know who was finding it for 56.
Well, maybe I misread it, but I thought someone said, "Hey, why is this 10 version only $59?" I'm like, "Dang, where are you finding it for that?" I'm gonna get a case of that. I'm like, load it up.
All right.
I'm gonna go with Exotic Cargo is my 5 from Scotch Malt Whiskey Society. This is their very first blended, and it's one of our January shows. And it's got a tropical flavor, which surprised me. But the big thing is, it's 2 things. One, it's the first time SMWS had brought in a blend that they offered in this fashion. It was $90, and I thought I'm going to give it a go. And then I was so overwhelmed with how tasty and explosive the tropical flavors were. It's one of those ones I talk about a lot. When something overperforms. For me, I thought it would be okay. I wasn't sure. The ABV is 50%, and then it was well beyond okay. I was like, wow. And luckily, I'd even ordered 2. So that is my number 5 for all those reasons. There's nothing I like better than in my mind, it underpromised and it overperformed. And it's got, did I say, the tropical surprise is what I call it.
Yeah, I was looking, everybody's putting in their prices on the Bruichladdich Port Charlotte 10. 65 is the cheapest anybody's seen it for. 65 up to $85. It looks like most people are finding it for.
Claire the Third, Whiskey Obsessed, 65. That's a good price. So that's good. Okay. So nobody else is quoting 59. Not that that's too far away from the old 65. But good. So the Exotic Cargo. I was pleased to see SMWS stretching.
All right.
You're like, whoa, you just pictured Ben Dietrich doing some yoga poses, I think is what happened to you there.
Ready for my number 4?
I'm ready.
Macallan edition number 4. Look how that lined up. Just realized that. Macallan edition number 4 just did really well. Stood out so well in our blind sherry shootout. I liked it going in. I didn't think it would do as well as it did. I thought there were some other heavy hitters in there.
Ooh.
When you get into blind with this, though, that just such a nice the Oloroso finish or influence comes out on it. And we were out the other day and we found a place had this on sale for $88. So I had to pick up a spare.
That was a good spare.
Yeah.
Yep, that was a good one. Held up real well in that shootout. I've been wanting to, I don't know, sooner or later we're going to do just an exclusive shootout with just all those bottles together. But I thought even as we were moving through just tasting those that I liked for the best, then we go into that blind shootout and it was doing real well with me as well. Great bottle, very flavorful.
Yep.
So and that's a steal. I didn't pick one up, but good price. You ready for mine?
I thought you did.
I don't think I picked that one up.
All right.
Dang, hold on. You're better than me. I was just buying. I was buying without pricing. I must have. I'm going to just go with you. I'm going to default. I need to change my Siri voice to you. Bart, you forgot you got a meeting in 15 minutes. I'm like, hey, oh man. All right, maybe I did. You gave me the raised eyebrow. If you would add your glasses on and taken them off at the same time, I would know you were correct. Is that it? My number 4 is the Hibiki Harmony. All right, this one is another one that, I've had Hibiki. I like Hibiki, but it surprised me with these honey flavors. They were just so, it was so rich and thick, and the honeycomb. See what other notes? I just got honey, baby, a good honey harmony, and this was from Bush, and it was just again just so clean and crisp, but sweet, and it almost had that. It was a lighter whiskey, but it had that thickness almost in your mouth. That mouthfeel was great. So Hibiki Harmony really surprised me. I like Japanese whiskey, but I got to admit, I thought with this one coming in, again, it's a blend, and it was just done to perfection. So, boom.
I was surprised by that one coming in for an NAS. I think it's $65 in our area. It impressed me.
If you like the sweeter honeys and then the clean drop-offs that you can get in the what I call the world whiskeys, or even like Scotches and Irish whiskeys and stuff, for Japanese whiskey, it's delicious. It's got those sweeter rolled in flavors, but the honey is so rich. I'm finding like a lot of the bourbon drinkers will tend to try a little of that, and it really opens them up to Japanese whiskey. I feel like we need a drum roll or something, like a little cowbell between each one, a little cowbell. Make the cowbell sing, gentlemen. Make the cowbell sing.
Ready for my number 3?
I am. You're like, what are you saying? Make the cowbell sing.
You're all right.
Oh, you're talking dirty to me. That's like bottle porn there, buddy.
Balvenie Peat Week 2003 Vintage Edition. So this is a 14-year-old Balvenie. This happens during the 1 week a year they shut down the presses and they smoke the barley.
What I've been calling for.
Yeah. Well, you want Peat Month.
Thank you. Peat Month. No, get rid of the week.
So what I had not seen the Peat Weeks here before. Last year, the 2002 was last year's, came out in 2017. We never saw that one here.
No.
This one showed up, and as soon as I saw it, I picked it up. Found it outstanding. I thought such a great. It's heavy peat. It's heavy Balvenie. You get peat notes. You get Balvenie notes. It's sweet, honey characteristics, more peat. Someone slams some vanilla in your mouth. Someone slams some peat in your mouth. They slap you around. Very good. We then get a bottle of the 2002 vintage, and there's a lot of difference. The 2002, the first edition that come out, was not as heavily peated as this one is. Most people are finding this one, the 2003 vintage, a lot better than the 2002.
You know, I don't have much to say about this one.
Yeah, no, I bet.
I'm gonna just hold my tongue. I'm not even sure I remember us trying that.
You don't even have anything to add, nothing.
Not at this point in time. I don't know. Maybe something spark a little later. I don't know. Anything's possible. Anything's possible. For my number 3, Ardbeg Grooves CR, baby. Now, I do have their non-CR bottle. A lot of people say they like that one a little bit better. And I'll be honest with you, I wish that one I had enjoyed better because this one's almost gone, but I like the CR. They're very close. You can definitely tell they're basically the same thing, but this just brings that little extra kick. It is Sweet Smoky Delight. That's what I put on my little sidebar. Sweet Smoky Delight. I haven't poured any for a while, I will admit. I've been kind of hiding it from myself. I just poured it now. Poured a healthiness. Beautiful smell.
Well, and I think he's in watching, but Claire is the one that arranged for us to get that so we could have it for our one of the peat shootouts.
Well, if I didn't already have a firstborn son named, he would be changed to Claire. I would call him Claire the Fourth, and boom. If I don't think it would take a miracle at this point in time for me to have a third, but if I have a third son, Claire the Fourth shall be his name. Boom.
Claire got tired of the Advent calendar, though.
He did. That's all right, though. Claire can get a little testy. Claire will let us have it, especially me. He favors the Bruno. And every once in a while, I'll be like, take off the manga shirt. And I don't mean like don't wear a shirt because that's how you'll take it. And put away the board games. Those are for children. And drink committee release whiskey from Ardbeg. And then I'm like, hey, you had me at Ardbeg committee release. Boom. I will say that was a highlight for me as well. We actually met an individual that's on the committee. And I started to ask more questions, and it was like, next. I was like, well, it's like a secret committee. I want to know more. I want to know more. I'm like, you can't casually drop that. I'm like, how are you getting all these committee release bottles? I'm on the committee. What? Next, would you like to drink some of this? And then and then he had me with a different bottle, and I was done. So there you go. Ardbeg Grooves. We all know the CR. We all know I'm Bart Beg. I really came into loving Ardbeg. Still like the Freud. It's good as well. But boy, Ardbeg and their special bottlings.
Well, it was probably about a minute before you pulled up the Ardbeg, but Simeon Del Vecchio commented. Right. He says there has to be an Ardbeg in this selection. And that was just before you'd pulled up.
Wow. That man, I want him. Hey, what are my lottery numbers? That's all I want to know. You are predicting the future.
I think that's Simeon. He changed it to just S Del Vecchio, but I think that he used to be known as
right. So famous, you can just say S. We got it. We know what it is. All right, we're getting close.
My number 2
going
in my glass. I'm going to start. I've been drinking my coffee. I have it right here. Let me describe it.
What are you doing? Oh my!
Great, rich sherry notes. Sweet. Oh my! Oh my!
Oh Lord!
Glendronach 21 Parliament.
Wow.
Last year, Christmas of 2017, this was my Christmas bottle. I went through it so fast because it was so good that this Christmas I had to get another one. It was, I think, March or April we reviewed this one. Would have to be in my top 3 drams of all time, I believe.
Wow. Well, that says something because you're only on your number 2.
Yeah. Well,
Woo!
so this one, Glendronach, for the most part, does exclusive sherry caskings. This one is exclusive 21 years in Oloroso sherry and Pedro Jimenez casks. Great, rich, deep 21 years of oak. Great, rich 21 years of Oloroso and PX sherry influencing. It's delicious. I love it.
All right, there was a comment that I look half asleep. There we go. Good old hit. I did get up at 8, and there's like a daycare being run upstairs. So, and it was supposed to be like snow outside. So I told Scott, was like, come over. I'm like, it'd be snowing. And with the daycare running upstairs, let me just remote in from my office. So I am awake, but I will tell you, I don't know if the coffee's all hit yet. So, well, that's I can't believe, and you saying that's one of your top 3 of all time means I can't wait for your number one.
Well, I'd say top 3 that's like readily available. You can get, anybody can get. It's reasonably priced.
Wow, those are all kinds of caveat.
Yeah.
But okay,
I mean, have we had samples of special editions?
Sure.
50-year-old whiskeys.
Yeah.
I had a Whiskey Obsessed asked what year this was bottled, and I can't even see. This is a new bottling. I just got this, ordered it from the UK, so it shouldn't be. I would hazard a guess it's probably bottled 2017 or 2018 even. I can't even see it on here on here in the dark in the room.
Well, your Christmas lights are down. You're used to more lighting.
Christmas is over.
Yeah, I know. You cleaned that up, baby. You had the netting on there and stuff. That was amazing. I was impressed. All right. My number 2. Now, it is rare. It was a unique one. But I've got to tell you, that Tomatin Pedro Jimenez, by the way, you can say it with that. We've been told that's an allowable pronunciation. This was, yes, you got to go to the distillery. You got to tour. If you tour, go to the cask room. I would tell you, at least get this one. I know they're probably on a new cask by now. It's unbelievable. We had a little bottle sample deal. We did the live show inside the distillery tour area. It was so good. It stood out. And boom, it still is so delicious. Yes. Is it hard to get? You bet. Is it worth the tour? If you're touring, yes. Just a phenomenal dram. So it is so good. What did I write in here? Yeah, just a lovely PX, and I put on here forever unique. I mean, it has a lot of complexities to it. The sweetness is wrapped in there because of the nature of the cask sitting in their like pour room or sample room. It was a little older. What did we figure, about 16 years old?
Yeah.
And then it does have that touch to it that we picked it out of the 5. We got to see it get bottled live on our show. And then when we linked up in the States, it was arranged for us to get it. So there's a lot of uniqueness tied up in that. I know a lot of that is something unique to us, but it's just a great dram even on its own. You're chuckling at a comment. What would that be?
Aquavite is wondering if you had the right stream because Scott's voting for Petids and Bart's picking cherries.
Yeah, few of them in a Japanese in there, but I got that grooves in, baby. That grooves is in there.
Okay, I had to debate this. I'll reveal my number 1s, plural.
Ooh, that's now, cheating.
Well, I had I've got 2. My number 1s are sharing it because they're both. You pretty much can't get them. They're hard to find. And I debated, should they be number 5? And then I have 4 other bottles that anybody can go get anywhere. How do I do this?
Yeah, I would
Problem is both of these are outstanding bottles. they rank higher than my other four. So what I did, I took 4 bottles that you can go to any store for my top 5s. You can get, the Port Charlotte 10,
A lot of caveats here. A lot of
Glendronach
caveats.
21, Macallan Edition number 4, and the Peat Week. 4 great bottles. Anybody can you can find in a liquor store. You can order them online.
Hold on. You're saying that your first 4 picks, anybody can get them?
Yes.
You can go to a liquor store or online.
Yes.
Wow. Like you're going to hear about it. Like, are you picking stuff I can't get just for my number 1?
You would hear it. My number 1s are the Tomatin PX Distillery that Bart just
show it.
That is a distillery release only, probably one of the best sherry bottles for sure we've ever had, and won the Very Sherry Christmas shootout.
Blind.
That we both picked.
Blind.
So sharing the number 1 is another bottle that you can't get probably outside of an auction. We met up with Roy in Austin, Texas. He brought us a bottle of a Bunnahabhain Fagile Moynier Oloroso. I want to say you've got the bottle over there too. Why do you have both my number 1s at your house?
I won't drink them.
So this was from the Fagile Festival on Isla.
Yes, right there. There you can see it.
I believe it's an 11-year-old.
That is correct. It was bottled in 07 or barreled in 07, bottled in 2018, I believe.
And Roy probably knows a little bit more on that one as well. When Eric Waite was here for the 5th anniversary, he had a bottle of that as well.
Speaking of Waite, we've got a little ding-a-ling.
Oh. Thank you, Eric. Happy New Year. Love the Pete. February 19 is going to be Isla month for me. Very nice. So, but that one is just, we cracked that one open in Austin. We were busy. We took a look at it real quick online. A month or 2 later, you and I, we sit down to shoot a review of it, and it just blew me away.
Yes.
So, and that's why I wanted to share both of those bottles, the Tomatin, the distillery release only, and that one, they're outstanding whiskeys. Unfortunately, you're probably not going to find them outside of maybe an auction, or you go to the distillery.
Easy to get.
But those are definitely, and that's why I moved them up from 5. I was going to share number 5 with them, but I'm like, there's no way. These are both the best whiskeys on my list.
Well, yeah,
so that's why they share the number 1 spot.
I would have been mad at you if you did that just because they're rare. So I would have been like, man. Yeah. Well, my number 1, which is available, you can find it online. You can go to a store. Actually, they are still there. That Balvenie Peat Week, baby. That's my number 1. 14-year. You can get it right now. I will tell you, I've got 3 of these now. 3 of them. I keep going in like, do I need another one? And then I'm like, hell yeah, I need another one. Buy it. Get it. There's more. And then I double check to make sure it's the 03. You want to get the 03, do not pick up the 02 if you're looking for a big peat explosion. The 02 is good. I got an 02. But you will be pissed at me if you grab the 02 and you're like, what the hell is he talking about? All right, this is unbelievable. Anybody can get it. I'm calling Balvenie out. You got to go peat month. Smoke that town out, baby. I want peat rolling out. Look at that. Aquavitae's come in. We got a little ding. We got a little My Bourbon Journey.
We got 2. Yep.
Woo!
My Bourbon Journey. Scott, thank you very much. And Roy, Aquavitae, buying us a virtual dram. I want to buy a dram of that Moynier back.
Yeah, he wants to buy it back, baby. He wants to buy it back. Out of Scott's cold, dead hand. So, yeah, the Peat Week, baby. Unbelievable. It has that same theme kind of for this year, which is under promise, overperform. I'd had that peat 17. I'm a young peat lover. I don't much like, the older it gets, the more subtle it is. We've had the 17. Thank you for Amy and Carl for sending that or arranging that. And it was good. I kind of thought this was going to be along the same. blew me away. Blew me away. It's unbelievable. I've just poured it. Wow.
Yeah, and I agree. When I picked it up, I was very surprised by it. There's definitely more peat present in it than I thought there would be.
And
I knew when I gave it to you blind at first, or not blind, but you hadn't had it before we sat down to do the review. And I knew you would be expecting the older Balvenie 17-year peated cask.
Yes, which is a fine bottle, but it's not a peat explosion.
It's just a Balvenie that's been in a barrel that used to have a peated whiskey in it, and it just picked up a hint of smoke, a hint of peat. It's very good, don't get me wrong, but there's not that much peat in it. The peat week, however, is a peat explosion.
They hit on magic.
So I knew when you had that one, you would like it.
Oh my God. I get the leathers. I get the tobaccos. Very, very reminiscent of that Lagavulin limited edition 12-year from the 2017, right? Yes, the 2017. I mean, I haven't had them side to side, but it hits those elements I love. And blown away, under promise, over perform. Again, the under promise is just that I expected it to be subtle. Do look for the 03 though. You got to grab the 03.
All right, we're at the 26 mark. We wanted to come in under 30 minutes, so let's wrap. We're going to wrap this one up.
Mash and drum.
Jason C. over at the Mash and Drum. Great job, fellas. Oh, the peaty goodness.
You got to say, oh, the peaty goodness.
What did I have? I had one.
Yeah, wrap it up.
I had 3 peated whiskeys in my top 6.
I know. That's amazing because I had the Exotic Cargo SMWS, the Hibiki Harmony, Ardbeg Groove CR, Tomat PX, and the Balvenie Peat Week 14-03, baby. And I said, surprise, surprise, surprise. Whiskey Crusaders.
Whiskey Crusaders, great choices. Looks forward to 2019 to see what happens. And Claire commented something about we haven't had the Weller yet. We do a separate one for bourbons and America's whiskeys. That one will come out Wednesday. It's pre-recorded, already been shot, so stay tuned for that one. Give us about 5 minutes. We're going to set up another stream. We'll come back and we'll just hang out and we'll talk whiskey. We'll talk 2018.
Ooh, love it. We'll talk 2018 experiences, baby. Scotch it. You Scotch guys.
Cilantro. Dummies.
Boom.